Hey folks, it's Fernando doing a video for More Survivalists, and I was thinking about showing you guys some of the stuff that I bought in a store here. It's called Lidl. It's a German chain grocery store. I think there are a few already in the United States. Very few. Here in Europe, it's all over the place, very common. It's one of those budget stores, right? Now, the thing is, my wife likes going there because they have, the prices are good, but besides that, the food in general, there's lots of organic stuff, which she likes. I mean, we all like, and it's pretty close to our place. So yeah, we drop by there often, and I check on the aisle where there's, and it's a very German place, you know. It's very clean, but very Spartan as well in terms of how stuff is presented. Very little marketing, just the boxes of this stuff, and you just pick it. I think, you know, that brings down the price quite a bit, not wasting money on stuff that really doesn't matter that much. So, you know, they have a good thing going there. But the nice thing is that they have all these tools and supplies, you know, some of, you know, glues and then, you know, screwdrivers and stuff like that, and it's very affordable. It's very cheap, you know, maybe a couple of bucks. I don't remember how much I spent, but I know it's on the, you know, the low China, made in China stuff level, right? That kind of price range. But the interesting thing is that none of this is made in China. This is all made in Germany, actually. It's all German-made products. Some of these are Lidl brands, you know, from Lidl, the company. It's their own brand, like Power Fix, I think, is a Lidl brand. But when you look at it, you know, changing the mode there, this is all, you know, stuff made in Germany, sometimes by other companies with their own brand or whatnot, but German-made stuff. And, you know, I don't know about you, giving the option, if I'm going to be, especially paying the same price, if I can buy something made in Germany or made in China, usually I will go for stuff made in Germany. Maybe it's, you know, a preconceived notion, the made in Germany brand thing, you associate it with quality, and, you know, for most of it, it's actually quite well earned because they do make quality stuff. Chinese stuff may be good or may be bad, but in general, we associate it with less quality. And again, lots of, I have a knife sharpener, food preserver thing. This is Silvercrest from Lidl, their own brand. But I started looking into it. I mean, how is it that Germany makes good stuff for affordable prices? And the answer to their powerhouse industry is Mittelstand, which basically means small and medium-sized companies. And the thing is that they have a very different approach to industry and production compared to, for example, China. And I'll give you a good example. Actually, this is a knife sharpener, and again, made in Germany. And if you look here, it says Grizzly Tools, blah blah blah. And I went online, and it turns out this is a small, maybe small, medium-sized owned family company, and that's Mittelstand in general. It's small to medium-sized companies, usually family-owned for generations, and they have you know, a way to go about it where they hire their employees at a very young age. They train them well, and they stay with the company for a very long time, for decades even. It's not uncommon for them to work their entire lives in the same company, and they like doing that. They're getting very well paid. They get good benefits. They get treated well as well, and that basically works for them. And, you know, it's no surprise they end up making fine quality products in general. You know, as always, there's exceptions and such, but it works very well for them. And it works well for the employer as well. They have, from the business side, they have a way of running their business that's more conservative in terms of, you know, trying not to, you know, expanding little by little when there's money available, not going into debt so as to grow as a company, a very conservative, sustainable growth of the company, little by little, spending money on research and development, spending money on training and retraining their workers. For example, I watched on YouTube, they were explaining that during the economic crisis, many companies even some of the ones that were not doing that great, instead of firing employees, they just maybe gave them a day off of the week, and maybe instead of working 5 days a week, they worked 4 days a week. The government helped a little. The company, instead of having them work that day, gave them maybe additional training for other skills to be developed. And with that mentality, they got through it, and when things started recovering, they still had their same employees, they still had that same qualified workforce that helped them get back in track in very little time. Again, this is the kind of thing that I suppose works very well in Germany. If you try to implement in other places, it's not likely to work nearly as well. If you try doing it, for example, in South America, what you would have is employees that are not nearly as grateful and not nearly as dedicated to the company. They don't have that appreciation for the family-owned business, but at the same time, they're not treated with the same respect either, to be honest, because companies are not going to be paying them as well, not treating them with the same kind of respect either as the German company family-owned business does, clearly. So it's on two sides of the coin, I guess, and more of a cultural thing than anything else. But at the end of the day, especially for us, given that this is a modern survival channel, the idea is that when I can get quality tools, especially for a good affordable price, I will go for it. And even if I have to pay a little bit more, I still will go for it. If I have a made in China product, or a made in Germany product, and I can actually even tell the quality difference, I will usually trust the made in Germany brand a little bit more. And it happens with other things. For example, I bought this. This isn't from Lidl, this is from another store, but it's Black & Decker, which I'm sure you're familiar with. But the thing is, for example, this is not made in China. These are made in Belgium. And the quality difference is noticeable. There's just a better, you just have a better tool for your money. Maybe a little bit more expensive than the made in China equivalent, I suppose, but I'm willing to go for that if I get a better product. Folks, it's going to be all for now. Remember to subscribe. Take care. See you on our next video.